Yo, what's up?
Ah, hello there. Welcome to the video game store. What are you looking for today?
Thank you. I want to order a Mario Kart DS.
Yeah, sure. I can check in the back. Ah, we seem to be all out.
Okay, do we have anything else?
I mean, if you want to, I have this.
Close enough. Wait a minute, can I get a refund?
Sorry, no refunds.
God damn it! Hello everyone, it's me, Jacob. I went out to get Mario Kart DS, but I ended up getting something very different. Making video games can be tedious. It takes time, planning, developing, all that kind of boring stuff. So that's why these exist, for lazy workers. Yes, the infamous licensed movie games who used to rule the world back in the 90s and 2000s. These are games based on movies, and often their sole purpose for existing is... Not to say there exists good licensed movie games, but often these games are quickly pumped out to cash in on the success of a movie. This is no more inherent than in the games based on animated movies. Now again, not all are bad. However, looking at them, it's obvious that these attract kids. I think many growing up played at least one of these games. For one thing, they're cheap, and I mean, come on, which kid would not want to play as Shrek? And when I mean these games were everywhere, I mean that. Handhelds even got releases. So that's how we ended up here. As a kid, I played a couple of licensed movie kids games up on the PS3 and this, Cars Major National Championship on the DS. Being a spin-off game from Pixar's successful Cars franchise, it was along with New Super Mario Bros. DS, the games I played the most on my DS. Not that I had so much to choose from, the rest of the games we had were games my sisters were into.
Let's have fun! Let's all play tag! Let's play tag in the ball pool! Our friends will run away, so try and catch them! Catch them all to clear the game!
Not really my type of game. I played this game to death because, again, it was what I had. I didn't have Mario Kart DS. I didn't know that existed until I was like 12, which really makes you think I could have grown up with this, but instead I was stuck with this. However, pushing all the negativity aside, I believe in this game. Cars Major National Championship released in 2007 on numerous platforms, both home consoles and handhelds. The game is an in-game sequel to the previous game in the series, that being the video game adaptation of the movie Cars 1. The version I own of this game, the DS version, has obviously cut some corners from the console version. The console version apparently has 3 hub worlds, this version has no at all. And in this version there are only 2 cutscenes, one at the start and one at the end, while the rest is either cut from the game or just being still photos and text or dialogue. This of course makes the story a little hard to follow, which is about Mater and Lightning McQueen hosting a national championship or tournament or whatever, facing opponents from all over the world while also building a racing quarter and a racing stadium in Radiator Springs. But I mean, be honest with yourself, is the story really the reason why you're playing this game? The real reason to play this game is to race as Mater. But anyway, let's start playing this now. Opening this game up, we get a simple startup menu with this banger of a song. After that, we get to choose our name. My name. Let's go with MF, so they know who I am. It's short for Mater Fan. We are then presented with 3 different game modes: story mode, challenge mode, and multiplayer. Starting with story mode, we get a little opening cutscene with Mater, and after that we can finally hop into our first race. Before every race, we get to choose our character. In the beginning, we only have these 2, and the choice is quite obvious. To unlock more of the smucks who live in Radiator Springs, you have to collect the medals which are hidden in every level. Some of these smucks also have different paint jobs, and these are also unlocked by the medals. And we can as well get 4 additional paint jobs if we type in 2 secret codes in the extras. By doing this, we get green and black Mater. Oh boy, I have always wanted one of those, but having both, it's like a dream! We also get Lightning McQueen as himself, and we get him in black as well. No offense, but I don't really give a fuck about that guy. But anyway, let's not waste any more time and jump into the first race. Let's go, Mater! In every race, you race against 3 opponents, and the goal is quite obvious. Do 3 laps and get first. This seems familiar. Yeah, it's very similar to how it works in Mario Kart. Or Great Minds Think Alike. Although I doubt that. Speaking of Mario Kart, instead of drifting in this game, you instead slide by pressing the B button while you're turning in a direction. By doing this, the turbo meter fills up, and when it's filled up enough, you press X, and this gives you a boost, sort of like a mushroom boost in Mario Kart. Your opponents can do this too. However, it doesn't really change anything because this game is stupid easy. I remember that I used to let the CPUs be one lap ahead of me in the first track when I was a kid, and I was still able to win. I mean, yeah, this game is made for kids, but being able to choose a difficulty on the CPUs, in my opinion, would have been better, because that way, both noobs and more experienced players can play this game and still get challenged by it. Like how it is at Mario Kart, but again, this is the budget version we're talking about, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. But back to the turbo thing, I actually really like it. Sure, it's not as diverse as Mario Kart, where you have many different items that do completely different things, but hey, it's still a good feature, and you can sort of do shortcuts with it. There are intentional ones that the game has made for you, but you can also try to make up your own, and sometimes it can get crazy, but nevertheless, it's really fun. Anyway, to have more races without making more tracks, the game makes us race on the same track we already raced on, but this time with a foraging racer. Which, yeah, it makes sense in the context of the story, but still, it's a little lazy in my opinion. But hey, at least Mario Kart doesn't have foraging racers from other countries. Speaking of the tracks themselves, they are good, I guess. Some of them blend in together while others stick out. I personally like the tracks that are based on the locations from Cars 1 the film, because yeah, not all tracks are based on locations from that film, or at least they barely appeared in the film. To progress in the game, you play the different tracks, and by the end of the race you get stars. Of course, if you get first, you get the most amount of stars. If you get last, you get no stars at all, and you have to retry. Stars are used to unlock more tracks. Every track requires a certain amount of stars to be unlocked. The last requires 96. This track you race on an arena, and here the game does give you some challenge, I guess. We got tight turns here that you don't want to be fucking up, but once beating it, we're done with the story mode and can move on to the mission, I mean challenge mode. We have 2 challenge levels per track. Now, there exist 3 different game modes here. Trophy Hunt, where you collect trophies scattered across the tracks. This one is pretty cool. And then we have Beat the Clock. The goal is to, well, beat the clock. Basically, you have to complete the race before the time goes out, with checkpoints in between adding more time. However, if you do run out of time, you become slower and slower until you finally stop and lose. This is probably the most challenging one, which doesn't say much, but seriously, this is one of the few slightly difficult parts of the game. And at last we have elimination mode, race against 3 computers. Every lap the racer in last place is eliminated from the race, and that means you have to get first at the end or otherwise you're screwed. So that is the challenge mode. It's good that this game mode exists because it makes it more accessible for single player, plus it makes the game have more content in general. Although I would have wished to have had more game modes rather than just these 3, because it does get a little stale playing Trophy Hunt for the 5th time. Anyway, once you're done with the challenge mode, you unlock all of the foraging racers from the other countries as a last bonus.
Oh my god, I can finally play as Giovanni. I'm sorry, Mater, but you know, it's Giovanni after all.
Multiplayer exists here as well. You can play up to 4 players, only 4 tracks are available, which is sort of sad. And yeah, it's fun, but really, there isn't that much else to say about it. So that was Cars Mater National Championship on the DS. While not being as good of a game as Mario Kart DS or most other Mario Kart games, I still think it's not that bad. I mean, say what you want about it being a licensed kids game, but it's fun and it's not like it really becomes boring. Sure, it can be repetitive, but I wouldn't say all around that it's a boring experience. The racing is fun, challenge mode is a fun little detour. However, it of course isn't perfect. I mean, the story is pretty weak, especially because they cut many cutscenes, but maybe that was a good thing, I don't know. So in the end, is this better than Mario Kart DS? No. Is it a fun little racing game that's fun to play every once in a while? Oh yes.
So yeah, personally, I love this game. And honestly, if you push away the nostalgia, it's still not that bad. But I just feel that there's something missing here. Maybe it's in the multiplayer mode.